more than just coincidence. You look around and see the earth, the moon, the sun and the sky, a beautiful creation of Allah. So how could you deny?
How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar. How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our show, The Philosophy of the Islamic Law. And we are glad to welcome Professor Muhammad Saie, the Professor of the Islamic Law in several universities in America, and a member in the Assembly of Muslim Jurists in North America. Thank you for being with us.
Welcome.
In the previous episodes, we were talking about the rules of ibadat, the act of worshipping, and the rules of how to deal with others. And you mentioned that there is a harmony and relation between two sectors, that the first one serve the second one. The act of worshipping serve how to deal with others. But let me ask you this question. It's a very provoking question.
Feel free, inshallah.
Inshallah. Some people, especially in the West, they say, we West people, we are using the same rules that you use for relationship with others, and we are more advanced than you, Muslims, that you claim that you have the solution of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't use the first sector, which is the rules of act of worshipping, and we didn't need it at all to reach and be more advanced than you.
Subhanallah.
So how we can solve this issue?
A very powerful point, I have to admit. It's a very powerful point. It's a very brilliant question. And unfortunately, the reality that's come to tempt Muslims when they hear these questions, because they can see it. In the West, there's no authority for the church in their life. Full separation between the church and the state. They are living their life, organizing it very well, having the right. They are enjoying. Appears to be enjoying. Appears to be they have enough happiness in their life to claim that they are doing well in their life. On the other hand, Muslims, especially in Muslim countries, Arab or non-Arabs, they are not applying the Sharia in their life.
Uh-huh.
They are not organizing their life very well. But they are still having some act of worshipping. They are building mosques, they pray, they fast, especially in Ramadan. They have a pilgrimage to Mecca every year. They have a lot of fame, and media does take a big role in focusing on this act of worshipping. So how could you now make some kind of adjustment to these kind of very contradictable situations? What I can say, that Muslims right now cannot be used as an example to support any Islamic claim, unfortunately. At the same time, the reality in the West cannot be a proof or evidence that they are above or over, or they are superior in their managing their life. And they cannot claim that they are coming over the Muslims' real life in order to see this comparison between very well organized life and very unorganized life in the East. The reason is, we have seen that in our modern life, that only the Muslim Ummah, look at this, subhanAllah, even Muslim Ummah, only Muslim Ummah, even when they have this shortage of application of their Sharia, or I could say in many places, the absence of the application of the Islamic law in their life, even they have some pressures, some stress on their religion, some blockage to prevent them from practicing the religion freely and willingly, the same as they have in the West, still Muslim Ummah is the less Ummah to be affected on the absence of the authority or the absence of the law.
What do you mean?
In the time of accident, event of disasters. On the other hand, you see in the West that they are the most
vulnerable,
maybe damaged nation in the absence of the law they have made by themselves. And I could remember many events that did happen, it did take place in our modern time. The disaster of earthquake in Haiti is very short time ago, when the law was absent. People, they take advantage, stealing, evacuating stores, stealing each other because the absence of the law. They don't have any support from other kind of authority, the unseen authority, the invisible authority or consciousness to prevent them from doing such a very harmful and damaging action like this. If I go back in my memory, in the time of Rodney King event, when that chaos happened in Los Angeles, California, that chaos does cause some kind of, did cause some absence of the law, the authority. And you can see on camera, live TV, people are stealing, damaging, destroying, stealing, nothing to stop them. But in Muslim countries that did not happen, will never happen, the same way you can see it in the West. Because this little act of worshipping in a Muslim life are giving Muslims enough self-protection by reminding them that even if the law is absent, even if nobody is seeing you, but don't forget, Allah is seeing you, subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even this reminds me by the tsunami in Indonesia. We didn't hear that any kind of stealing or theft happened after the disasters. And in Cairo, Egypt, in 1992, when the big earthquake happened, we didn't hear that many people has stealing or anything from the disastered houses. So yeah, what you're saying is really true.
And subhanAllah, this is, as we said, that because we have just what been remained, a little act of worship in our life, with the absence of the whole Islamic law, but this little action or act of worshiping was more than enough for Muslims to protect their wealth, their life, and their right. And this is because this is the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the law of the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you cannot separate between first section and the second one. Everyone does serve other, but at the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put within His law subhanahu wa ta'ala enough power to give Muslims the benefit of it, even at the absence of the second section.
Which that take us to the answer for those who are saying that we are more advanced than you, even though that we don't practice your religion, that the Muslims they don't really practice their religion in their countries. And if they do so, they will be more advanced than the West. Am I right if I say something like this?
Well, to be advanced in technology does not have anything to do with East or West. It is like a field open for everyone. The more you make effort, the more you seek knowledge, the more you practice this, the more you make centers for research, the more you will get advanced. Unfortunately, in Muslim countries, they don't have these tools and these means. We have to give credit to the West in this regard.
Mm-hmm.
They are giving scientists, they have given knowledgeable people, they have given people are the researchers every mean to be advanced and to practice their ideas. They are doing very well in their materialistic field. But that field, which is my next point, it is not enough to be advanced in technology, to be advanced in a field of knowledge, in the field of science, in the field of invention. It's not enough to bring happiness to you, because we have heard and we are experiencing, when we live in the West, all these tragedies taking place every day, every night. How many people they are get suicide in the West, in USA, in Britain, in France? How many people they are under the influence of the drugs? So we have heard about all of this. While they are very advanced in their technology, Islam is the only system that have this combination of being advanced materialistically and to be advanced spiritually. Make that combination between the two parts you have in yourself.
Would be the right terminology here to be more civilized, that they are using our rules for how to deal with others, so they are claiming that they are more civilized than the Muslims?
Well, civilization does have different definition than the other people they have for it. They think that civilization means how many cars you have in the street, how many warheads you have in your arsenal, how many eggs you consume every day, how many gallons of milk you consume every day. So they have materialistic standards to show how much you are civilized, how many homes, how many, what is your income daily. But the definition of civilization in Islam is how much you are able to bring human being to its real values and principles, to make a combination between everything Allah has created inside you. So make you able to achieve happiness here, as we said, and achieve safety in the Day of Judgment.
MashaAllah. Forgive me, Professor, but we have to go for a quick break, and please stay with us.
How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar. How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar.
Welcome back. Professor Muhammad, before the break, you were talking about the comparison between the definition of the word civilization between the West and the Muslims.
Yes.
Would you please complete
Yes.
this definition?
So just again to make it very clear, we are not comparing between Western civilization right now and Eastern civilization or Muslim civilization right now. Because I have to say it very clearly and very strongly that we don't have civilization right now as a Muslims. As a Muslim ummah, nation, Muslim, they don't have civilization at all.
Right now.
Right now. And the West, they have the civilization of things, they call it.
Things.
Things. They don't have civilization of human being as a full package. Even they are focusing.
Like in slang we say the civilization of stuff.
Eggs, cars, pens, schools, buildings, fancy clothes, maybe fast food, rest areas, all this, like how to fulfill your need materialistically. Your materialistic needs, they are so good in this. They are so good. They are giving human being within his materialistic need the best. So they are doing very well in having this kind of fulfilling the need of the human being materialistically. But when it comes to the spirit, or maybe emotional things, families, an example, they are so, they are not doing good. And the more advanced they are getting, the more broken family they are seeing. The more crimes, the more prisons they are opening, more jails they are opening, more diseases, psychological diseases. All these are going on in the same mood of rushing to more technology or advanced technology. They are going to the space, discovering all these stars and planet surrounding them in our solar system, but they are missing the very important part of the human being. They are missing the part of you as a spiritual person, emotional persons, socialized persons, family in a big loss in the West, human being himself in a big loss. But if you compare now West to the East, Muslim countries, they have something to claim.
The West.
Muslim, they have nothing, unfortunately. They have what been remained from their religion, from their Islam, which I said again and again, this little was enough, a little bit, to show some miracles of Allah, of God subhanahu wa ta'ala. But this is not an excuse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us subhanahu wa ta'ala, day and night, that قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا.
Prevent you.
وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مَنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا. Allah is calling us subhanahu wa ta'ala to go back to the keys of success, dignity, happiness, leadership. We are the lower, they are the higher, they are superior. We are not, because we are not using the keys. We lost the keys, but the keys are there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us about these keys day and night. Going back to the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala law, the Islamic law, in two parts, in the two sections, act of worshipping, act of ruling your relationship with others, and showing that you are a real servant to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. In that case, you'll benefit yourself, you'll benefit your nation, you'll benefit every single creation of God living in this universe. Even West will be benefiting from this. Because we know, all of us, that even West, if they have some kind of invisible tongue to express their sorrow, watching Muslims backward people, watching Muslims are just ignoring or disregarding the religion, they might say by their invisible tongue, Muslims, please come back to your religion, because we are in need to you to come back to your Islam. Because when you were a real Muslims, when you were applying your Islam honestly and sincerely, completely, we were benefiting at the West in the Middle Age, the darkness of ignorance. Muslims, they were able to lead and guide the West to the best of their level of their life, educationally, socially, in every manner, in every field, because they were really applying the Sharia. So as if this is a hidden call from a so-called civilized West, the civilization of things in the West, for Muslims to come back to their Islam, because Allah created all these people to show His mercy subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are not look at West as something strange. West or East are people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, creation of God subhanahu wa ta'ala. Muslims, they have a big responsibility toward people in the West, especially those they live in the West. And I always urge Muslims living in the West, you have a responsibility. You have to pay back these people. You have to return their favor to you. They open their door, their gate to you, their countries. They welcome you. They give you the citizenship. For what? To just keep eating and drinking and make more money? No. They have a right upon you as a Muslims living in the Western countries to pay back these people, because these people, we have to say it.
They were generous.
They are generous.
Yes, they are.
They are so just. Thank you. I could say from my heart, I thank Western countries when they open their doors to Muslims from everywhere. But Muslims, they have to understand the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have to bring the message of Him. Guide these people, help these people, appreciate their work by giving this beautiful gift of God subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Subhanallah. That leads another question. When wants to apply the Sharia law in a country, do you think it should come from the bottom up or from up to down? Like a president or a king say, okay, I'm going to apply the Sharia law on the country. I want to make my country better. That will work. Or it's better to come from the people themselves, that they have, you have the base, they have the knowledge, they have the basics informations, and it comes from the bottom up. Which one, which part has the responsibility to put the Sharia law in practice?
Well, my belief that both theories are wrong.
Are wrong?
Both of them.
Subhanallah.
And the right one is to let both work together. We cannot disregard the importance of the authority, of the influence of rulers, president, kings, princes. We cannot disregard the importance of the acceptance, understanding of the public about the religion. So they have responsibility, public people, and governors, rulers, president, they have responsibility. This is the Prophet theory, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's not my theory. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته فالأمير راع وهو مسؤول عن رعيته ورجل راع في بيته وهو مسؤول عن رعيته. When he said that, alayhi sallam, that every one of you is responsible. The prince, the ruler, is responsible. He's like a shepherd, right? Mm-hmm. He's like guarding these sheep and goats.
Yes.
Try to protect them, maintain them, feed them, show his mercy, show his wisdom. He's the shepherd, right? Rulers like this. At the same time, it is the responsibility of those people are living under that authority. They cannot blame authorities only. They cannot just try to escape with their mistakes or their wrongdoings or their shortage of knowledge about Islam or application of their Islam in their own life because the governor or the ruler is not doing that. I said in many occasions, who did command someone to open a casino in the Haram Street? Who commanded this lady to be a belly dancers in that maybe hotel? Who commanded that person to open like a hall of gambling hall in that place? Government, they don't do that. Or they don't command that. But people themselves. So every one of us, if he turn the responsibility toward himself, and at the same time, let our Muslim scholars take their role of advising, recommending, and fulfilling their responsibilities as people just guiding people, telling people the truth. And they have no benefit, they have no interest. Let everyone knows that our Muslim scholars, they have no hidden agendas. No under-the-table program. All what they want to see in their countries, to see both public and rulers coming together to serve the interest and the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we said they have this idea, very simple, very strong, this from the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That means you will do your role, inshallah ta'ala, I will do my role, governor, rulers, president will do their role, inshallah ta'ala, but have full connection between public and the head of the people. But in the condition that these people are very honest and sincere when they are advising the head of the authorities. They want nothing. They don't want any kind of other interest in this life, but to see the Sharia to be applied in their life. Believe me, rulers, they have a very sensitive measurement. They know if someone advised them honestly and sincerely, he has no hidden agenda, they cannot but respect. If they did not obey him or follow his instructions or his advice, they will just at least respect him. That respect will lead others to continue this message of the Prophet, Muhammadul Anbiya, the mission of Prophet, and Nasiha, advising. Ad-Din al-Nasiha, he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Kunna liman ya Rasulullah? Said, for whom, O Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Lillahi, wa li rasulihi, li kitabihi, wa li amati muslimin ammatihim. This advice to everyone to be given, to be provided to everyone. You advise the book of Allah by protecting it, advising the sunnah of Rasulullah by applying it, advising inshallah your ruler by telling them that this is, in my opinion, wrong and this is right, with full sincerity and honesty. Advising for everyone. If common mutual advising work in our field in the Muslim countries, believe me, you will see a different change, a big change now in the Muslim life, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah Rabbil Alameen. This is very interesting. But as usual, we cannot complete this interesting talk. Unfortunately, that's all what we have for today. Please visit us next time in our show. Thank you very much, Professor Muhammad, for being with us. Inshallah, next show, be with us. We have more to say. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's more than just coincidence. You look around and see the earth, the moon, the sun and the sky, a beautiful creation of Allah. So how could you deny?
How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar. How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar.